Hello everyone, my name is Avery. Some people, some things call me Zedu, and this is the Dark Souls playthrough. Back from another week-long hiatus, as should be expected by now. Yeah, it isn't what I've got to do at school isn't exactly what people would call easy. It's fun though. But today we'll be going to Ulysseal Township and be taking care of this guy right here. And I'm not going to speed up this footage just to show the stress they have to go through. Those guys will just one-shot you. Like, don't even bother trying to negotiate with them, they will just one-shot you anyway. As you can see, I haven't gone any better at this game because this took like 3 retries. But because my computer can hold the contents of a turnip, I decided just to scrap the outtakes before it started becoming really slow. Which is the main reason I can't record anything anymore. Until I get all this out of the way. So let's regain Lost Soul. Never gets old to me. And continue on our merry way. So the blowheads over here, they have a really cheap ass attack, and I just don't dig it one bit. They'll like kind of charge up to you. They'll do like this one attack, and then they'll do this other one, but they look identical. Where they kind of like do this uplift in a way, and it hurts like hell. By the way, this is why no one likes phantoms, except the craziest of the crazy. But it does make you think in different ways, which is always nice when you went through the same game 7 times just to do this, so it'd be fresh. Yeah. It is 2:30 in the morning, actually, because I've been working hard and hardly working. Been playing a lot of Payday 2 today, because that game is ridiculously fun. I don't know why, it just is. And moving into here a little more. Our goal is to go down, if you haven't noticed. The chest above that is in front of me right now is a mimic, and oh god, run, 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 run. Yeah, screw the mimic, he doesn't... no. Don't want to give it a fair fight or something? Why wait for the buff to wear off? And give the mimic a fair fight. Why don't we just bow while we're at it? So yeah. Oh, is he a humanity on him? Oh no, he's got carving. Yeah, he's got a thank you carving, I think, or something like that. Right now I'm walking. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm scared out of my mind. Probably am, because these guys suck. But all the more while to carry a bow. Well, all the more reason, not while. It's 2:30. Give me a break, people. To carry a bow. I'll be finishing up Ulysseal tomorrow with one of the shortest episodes in the series, which is literally it's just a boss, and that's it. It's a good boss. And then, depending on what happens, I might not be able to do videos until I don't know. I don't know what we'll have to do. Because my free trial on Camtasia is running out, I might actually have to buy it. Oh, holy crap. Wouldn't that be a thought? Which I would love to do, because I think this is great software. And look at that damage. That isn't right. In my honest opinion, I do not think anything in the game should do that much damage. But yeah, thankfully they have no poise, so you can... If you can get them firing, if you can get them locked, they're normally dead. Just look at that, it's just silly. Takes away all of your stamina and still does a ton of damage. I just kick this guy off. No good. And there's reasons why I really, really hate people who use magic in games. That's a reason right there. Getting fancy. But yeah, So, it's 2:30. Expect yawning. Expect me to try my hardest to keep yawning to a minimum. Expect a lot of breathing. And I don't know. I'll probably, like, say some things I'll regret I ever started saying, ever. There's probably, like, some subliminal message in this video that I haven't just caught yet. Yeah. That's a good hit. By the way, that claymore does not mess around. It will hit anything. It has, like, this really, like, daft, like, half and half range. Excuse me, that's a yawn. That's a mimic that has a key to a place we need to go. But yeah, it has like this sort of half and half radius on it. So you can kind of like attack enemies even if they didn't like directly hit the claymore. Which is always nice. But this is, in my opinion, the worst room in the game. One of the worst rooms in the game. New Londo is the most horrifying example of this. But it is part of something that Dark Souls 2 loves, and it's called Clown Car Syndrome. And it is filling a room full of enemies for no other reason than just to be mean. And yeah. Expect a lot in clown car rooms, expect a lot of bows. Expect a lot of tactics that require ranged weaponry. Otherwise you'd be really, really stupid trying to not use ranged weaponry. I've also got a stuffy nose. So this commentary is probably going to be garbage, but I really want to get this out. You know? I really want to bring something up for the 12 people who watch, who I equally love. I don't remember who the 12 people are. I can't remember. But we'll cry about that later when I'm getting death threats. But hey. Yeah, this room just has so many guys. Those guys right there. Now, I would be fine with just like these 5 guys or 4 guys, I can't really see. But there's that mage, the sorceress up there. Just makes things too hard for this crap. Like, and when I mean hard, I'm not talking about challenging, I'm just talking about silly. It's stuff that I really don't think should be in the game. And yeah, it makes it into it anyway. But it's only one room. And even Dark Souls 2 has some patience with its rooms, even if they are a little more prominent. Ooh. Yeah. Chasm of the Yawning is what I should call this video. But yeah, we've got a lot to do. And unfortunately, I don't know. I think I need to really wake up quickly though. Yeah. But all in all, this area isn't exactly the worst. It isn't Bed of Chaos, it isn't Duke's Archives. It's a fairly decent area, especially considering the late game. Because late game, in my opinion, once again, is like the weakest part of the game. And if I remember right, it's a fairly well spread, like, belief that like the one half of the game wasn't as realized as the other half. But here's more of Dark Souls 1's shiningly awesome level design as we go through that exceptionally difficult part of the game and find a shortcut that brought us back to the beginning. Isn't that just swell? I really, really like it, I'm not going to lie, as I almost get killed by the geometry. Anyway, have some plot.
Is that not the soul of the man who fell on this spot? He was a dear friend. I wish to pay proper respect with that soul. Would you be willing to part with it? Thank you. You are very kind. Please take this. I no longer need it. May the Lord guide thee.
Visitor, have we? Thou must be the one who freed Artorius. An old friend he was. Thanks to thee, he left this world with honor and... He left this world with honor intact. And here I am, retired and blind. Of little help to thee, I'm afraid. If thou seekest to explore this domain, be wary of a black dragon. I fear thee no match for this terrible beast. Farewell, human. Lead thy life as thou seest fit.
And both of those characters I happen to really enjoy. I like both of them. But yeah. We're back down here again. We've got... wait. Oh. Good job, me. Okay. So... I guess I lost some footage. Either I lost some footage or I misplaced some footage. Because... I need a key to unlock Goth's cell, right? And I think I've misplaced that footage. This might be the footage, actually. So, I'm quite sorry for that. I might have to rearrange stuff together. Or do this all over again. I don't know. Either way we look at it, I think it's rather silly. I don't know what I was thinking, really. Either that or it's just bad editing. I think it's just bad editing. I don't know what I should really do. Part of me wants to, like, put it together, like, just swap the two parts of the film around, and the other part just wants to leave it as it is. Because either way you look at it, you're learning where everything is anyways. And yeah, this video was sorta all over the place. Not as all over the place as Sid's Fortress, but definitely all over the place. This was the DLC area, and the DLC area has a lot of stuff it wanted to get over with. And I think they did a fairly good job with that. Anyway, this is the key this is the chest that contains the key of Goth's cell. So, yeah. There it is. You got it right here. And that's all those ends tied up. Sorta. now we've got to go into, well, we've got to go lower. We've got to go deeper into the abyss because, well, Dusk needs, like, to be rescued and not be dead. Because then, like, I don't know, like some Marty McFly crap would start happening, in which we like start disappearing because one person died. Which is something I learned, like the Dusk that we meet is different from the Dusk that we're about to save. And I think that's a really, really strange thing. Because I always assumed that it was like went hand in hand or something. It's hard to explain. Dark Souls is hard to explain, what can I say? It's harder to explain than it is to play. But that's all Frem's games. Well, all of the Souls games at least. I don't know about... I know Kingsfield's an interesting game. Kingsfield's a gorgeous masterpiece. Not going to lie, it's a rank on its own. It doesn't... Words cannot describe how much how much I have a strength. I don't get it. I really don't get Kingsfield. That's what I'm trying to spin out. It's the best game I've never really played, and it's also fairly outdated. And I normally play a lot of games. Best game I've ever played is... I don't know. I've got too many. Which is normally horrible for stuff like that. But like I said, Kingsfield is on a world of its own. It's like... You have to... It was made during the PS1 era, right? So like, you've got to use like the triggers and the bumpers to like move the camera around so you can see. It's just gorgeous. By the way, this room might be a candidate for the worst room in the game when you have the Gravelord mod on. Because, look at this. Yeah, maybe it's just me being bad at the game, because they do give you fair spacing to fight one of these guys. But I don't agree with these guys whatsoever. Even though I learned later how they have, like, no poise. But yeah. Can I survive? More than likely not, nope. Rest in peace, myself. You died. But there's a gradient wave, I think that's what Camtasia calls it. And here's me doing something that is a very good tactic in my book, and it's called bitching out. You want us bitching out in 3, 2, 1, go! We are now a bitch for the rest of this episode. Congrats. Yeah, I don't agree with that whatsoever. But maybe now that I know that it's like not as bad, well, maybe I'll try it again later. Whenever I decide to play Dark Souls again. Yeah. A lot... But yeah, these guys over there, not too bad. Look at that poise. It's such a little amount of poise. And they do drop... I think they do drop a piece of the chain set every time you kill them. But I just really want to know, what the heck are they? Are they people? Or are they just like... They remind me of those things from Devil May Cry 2. Yeah. That game. It's like those weird, like, demons with, like, the wrecking ball hands. Except better, because this is Dark Souls. And not Devil May Cry 2. Which... Yeah. Let's never talk about Devil May Cry 2 again. I think this is coming up, like, right here. This scared me the first time I was going through the game. Like, I think he got a free hit on me as well. It was a bit mean of him. But yeah, I think I have like... I feel like I've went on like 5 tangents in a row on this entire... in 20 minutes. Which is 2:47 a.m. But now we are going into the chasm of the bad frame rate, as this area hates it. Chasm of bad frame rate had me running at a smexy 12 frames per second. And you can feel it, can't you? And I can't do a lot to fix it either. I tried speeding it up, but everyone starts turning into a chipmunk. But bear with me, I don't really like it either. But I think it's because of the way the game caps frame rate. If it's like if it's below 30, it goes down to 15, and if it's below 15, it just is like screw you, we don't love you. If it goes below 15 for more than 9 seconds, the game crashes or something like that. Even though I don't know what the game's thinking right now. Look at this. Narrow bridge? Hey, let's put this guy on it because that's fun game design. I don't get that, and that's a embarrassing death. They happen. Now here was my attempt to speed up the footage to make it like that. And yeah. This is... I think if the abyss spreads, this is what the world will become. And it's a pretty scary thought. Where humanity runs wild. And that's a cat thing, alligator. Catigator. So about the catigator, you want to follow the catigator. And Catigator knows what she's talking about. And what Catigator's talking about is there's a wall. And that's a floating humanity. I always like these enemies. I've always wanted to take a screenshot of this place because it's like, at least in my opinion, like one of the best looking areas in the game. Just because, I don't know. Dark Souls, well, I like the dark in Dark Souls, as corny as that sounds. But yeah, here's more humanity. They come in all shapes and sizes. Big, large, and very large. But they're not too much trouble. Unless you blindly run into them like some sort of idiot. Which, come on, you wouldn't do that, right? Right? You've played this game before. You wouldn't dare do that. And I have faith in you that you wouldn't. And who's this? It's a small dog. It's a puppy with a sword. Well, hope we meet him soon. Or how he's doing nowadays. I always like the Dark Souls 2 backstep better than the Dark Souls 1. That's not a good way to say. And here's some more shortcut hype. Check this out. Shortcuts ahoy. I love how this Dark Souls has a way of making the world circulate, and it's very nice. It's like you'll go through hell within hell, and next thing you know, you'll be somewhere you're familiar with because of an elevator, because of something, and you'll be looking at this and you're like, how the hell does this link up? And then you just think about it and you're like, oh, I see. I feel like I've been clicking my teeth a lot, doing that weird like thing Excuse me if that hurts anyone's ears. Yeah, been doing that. Like, into the mic a little bit. I think in, like, accident and all of that. Don't quite really know. But yeah. This is the Chasm of the Abyss. And here's a cutscene. Alright, Manus. He is what I consider to be the true final boss of the game, as strange as that sounds, but in terms of lore at least, he definitely is the most interesting boss. That's because reasons that we'll get into whenever I decide to do Dark Souls 2. But this guy is one of my favorites, actually. He's the, in my opinion at least, like the hardest boss in the game in terms of pure challenge. Because he's a bit like, he's like a fair flame lurker. Not that I would really know, considering I've only beat flame lurker like twice, maybe at the most. Once, no, I think I've only beat him once, and then I cheesed him with magic because I was pouty and he was a bit too hard for my tastes. Yeah, don't co-op with me. Don't co-op with me in Demon Souls, guys. I'm bad at the game. I don't know anything about it. But what this fight is, essentially, you want to bait out a lot of his attacks, and you want to bait attacks when he's standing still, because he is fast, but he's also slow and very heavy. But with him being heavy, that means you have a very low room for mistake. Is that how you say that? And this is bullshit. I don't think that's right whatsoever. But that's his insta-kill move. That move will almost always instantly kill you, unless you're careful. Like, you have to have what might be exactly full health. So look at that crap. I actually only saw him doing that move in a video, so that's always cool. But what I was saying, buffing your weapon, it's something that I feel like I'm going to get flack for later on in the future. So I'm just going to explain why I do it, and it's fairly obvious. It's because I like being a powerhouse. So when I did this playthrough, I figured to myself, I might as well. And it was, I'll just tell you now, it was pretty much inspired by the workings of Ouroboros the Ninja. Because that man can't survive without his Sunlight Blade, or his Dark Moon Blade. But when it comes to it with Manus, at least, don't worry about it if you don't have the buff, because you do a good enough, at least with this weapon, you do a fair enough amount of damage anyway. And that's pretty true for all the DLC, because they're like damage sponges. But yeah, this fight is pretty much one long baiting of attacks, and it gets really stressful because sometimes he'll do that and you'll think he's doing one attack, but he really is doing that. Then he just bitch smacks you because he loves you. That attack's fun to bait, especially when you can do that. That attack sucks because you'll lose your lock on. Yeah, a lot to be careful with in this fight. He's, because of this, probably the hardest boss in the game. I remember dying a good countless number of times to this guy the first time I fought him on, like, base New Game Plus. Okay, this is when it gets serious. When he starts doing his spells, there's 3 spells he does. Oh my god, that text sucks now thinking about it. He does the rainstorm attack, like this. And that attack can be dodged easily as long as you roll. That attack did not hit me, I don't know what the game's talking about. He has 2 other attacks I'm pretty sure he shares with us. And yeah. Just don't really care about healing all that much. Especially if it's like your first time going through. I take any victory as a victory in this game, because unlike Devil May Cry, there are no style-based requirements or anything like that. So you can play as softly as you want, especially when you're not recording, which is something that will probably bite me in the ass as well, because someone might be like, dude, you do fairly bad against these guys. And I'd be like, yeah, I've only fought them like 4 times because I sped through the DLC. Okay, this is a cool attack. You want to run, you want to start sprinting directly towards him when he does that, or you will die. That's a shotgun blast. That will also instantly kill you. So that's like 4 insta-kill moves now. Isn't it fun? But yeah, it's a stressful fight, no doubt. It's also really stressful when you get a fairly good run on him, and you get cocky and taunt, and he kills you anyway. I'm sure some people know what I'm talking about. Ugh. It's 3 AM now. I'm feeling it. I'm so feeling it. And I don't even want to, when this footage gets done, I don't even want to look at it. It's gonna be like all over the place. It's gonna be glorious. And there he is, doing his insta-kill. Why can't we do that? I'd love to do that attack. Like, what if we could get like a Manus arm in Dark Souls and like grab someone like that? That'd be just golden. I think I'll do that. But again, there's that really shitty attack that loses you your lock on. And that's the attack you will debate the most. The one where he kind of like sticks his hand out. And look at this, look at this. Oh my gosh. I tell a lie. Oh. That is some magic spam right there. I thought that would instantly kill you, but no. Yeah, but right now I'm getting really worried, and I'm getting hurt for it. The only reason I sipped so much Estus because I'm scared of this guy. Like, horrified of him to no end. Because he can do some crazy shit. And especially when he gets lower level like this, yeah. And again, you have to have an absurd amount of health to survive that attack. I have like a good about 1700 HP, and I think he brought me down to like 40. I don't quite know. But there went Manus. Congrats. We just made the Dark Souls 2. We just made Dark Souls 2 happen. Aren't you proud? So she's standing there looking all scared and such. But yeah. Now I'm going to try to Dark Hand her to see if I can get Mana Tea off. which doesn't work very well. I had a run where I accidentally killed her. But here's the traditional take humanity from the boss. I should really start speeding this up by like talking through it. Even though my mouth is getting really dry. But that's the DLC. We've beat it. And we indeed have beat it. I think he has like 8 humanity on him? Maybe 7? I think it's 8. He has the most humanity in the game, which makes sense, especially if you read his soul description. Which I'm not going to tell you. Figure it out for yourself, you might have 10. Yeah, figure it out for yourself, you lazy chumps. This wasn't originally a story mode. It's sort of become its own thing. Hell, commentary wasn't even one of my first thoughts. But I think I've talked about this in Sin's Fortress, so yeah. But we have saved the world for a little bit. Now, that wolf that I saved a little while ago, if you were in human form, you can actually bring him into the spine. It's actually really cool. But, yeah, let's not warp the Firelink Shrine. Let's tell Elizabeth that we've done it. But yeah, this was fun to record. I think I'm going to have a lot of plot to go over. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and have a good day, or in my case, a night. You take care.
And rid us of that terrible primeval human, even halting the spread of the abyss. I salute the grandeur of thine enterprise. Please allow me to express my gratitude. I thank thee, as do we all. I will remember thee, but I will keep thy story to myself. This is the best way, for thou art come from a time far ahead. No one will sing thy praises, but yet thy greatness shall live on, for it shall be my purpose to remember all thou hast done for us. May the flames guide thee.
Clutched by a shadowy limb and dragged off.
Please, oh, please, have mercy.